Hey, Kajaria. How you doing, girl? What you still doing? What you doing up, Kajaria? This all right, girl. You growner. Hey, y'all. We just enjoying the fire. We setting the mood. This our mood for the night. Sitting by the fireplace, the bonfire, not the fireplace. But we out by the fire. How y'all doing tonight? Let me change y'all position. I don't mean to blind y'all with the light. Sit y'all right there. Oh, it feels so warm and toasty sitting here in front of the fire. This one of the many things that I love to do is have a bonfire and sit outside, whether it's cold or whether it's warm. This is nice, nice, nice. Um, I told my mom we was outside. She said, outside. She thought I was at your house. No, not this time of night. You know, if I'm over there this time of night, then it'll be some problems or something. No, mom up too. Godly, y'all trying to be late rollers and I. And I take some time to burn some paperwork up on the fire. I hope everybody that's in here had an amazing day today. I don't got nothing to complain about. Um, I seen a lot of stuff today. And one of the things that I saw today, somebody on here on YouTube, normally on a everyday basis, they're full of smiles and everything. And today, usually when you go to somebody's page and you used to them smiling and stuff all the time, you expect to still see a smile when you walk in to their page. And then when you go in there, it's not, you know, not what you normally see. And he was talking about somebody that he supports, um, advertises their things and everything only to click into their page and find that they just on their page saying the N word over and over and over and over again. Got it on replay, got Google saying it over and over again. And I could um, understand um, him being angry about it, because he had been warned a couple of times before. And I done been in, and the signs of this time, hey, Korean. um, the times that we living in now, it's like that word is not a disrespectful one. It's like everybody get to use it. You take an N word, you take an N word, you take an N word. Everybody just uses it. So I too have been in a situation where, um, hey Summer, let me make sure I'm saying your name right. Thank you for coming in. Um, I've been in a situation where, um, I've been around my son's girlfriend before, and she is not the same color as I am, but she doesn't mind using that word. And one day she was talking and she let it come out of her mouth, and I just turned around and looked at her and I was like, "Excuse me?" She was like, "What?" I was like, you need to find something else to say besides that right there. I say, she was like, "What's wrong with it?" She was like, "Because," I say, "Yeah, you might use it all the time." I say, "But don't use it around me." I say, "Because I don't appreciate it." And I say, "And it's rude, I think, anyways." So, imagine you supporting somebody, you wearing and supporting their channel name and everything, and then you pull up on, you pull up on their channel, and they got Google saying it over and over again. Yeah, I would be pretty angry too. Have you seen the video of a guy sneaking into Discovery Island? No? Is it here on YouTube or something? What happened? What happened when he snuck in there? He almost instantly got caught by reason. Oh, over here, I'm in Orlando. That happen over here all the time. People trying to sneak in there all the time. It's how many times people done snuck in there that they don't know about. Shoot, I think one time they found somebody had been living in there. That made them up a whole place and everything. Yeah, that ain't nothing new over here. Somebody sneaking into Discovery Island. Mm-mm. And y'all, this tree, these logs that we burning, is the two trees that was right here in this area. The people never did pick up our trees. They picked up everybody else's trees in the neighborhood and left ours. Now, I don't want to make no big deal about it. I'm just saying that that's what happened. They picked up everybody's tree brush except for ours. I don't know what happened with that. But, anyways, we ended up retrieving our wood from back off the side of the road from the storm and we burnt it up ourselves. It worked good. We needed it. I used some of it in my garden bed and everything. So it worked out fine. Where is the marshmallows at? Listen, we done went to the store I don't know how many times and said, we supposed to get marshmallows. And when we go in the store, we forget about them. Every time. We've been saying we gonna get marshmallows ever since New Year's Eve. And we ain't did it yet. So I guess we'll get it soon. We'll get them soon. We keep forgetting about them. I think we done literally went to the store like 3 or 4 times, and then when we come back from the store, then we think about the oh shoot, we didn't get marshmallows. So it'd be the same thing happening over and over again. I guess we ain't supposed to have no marshmallows, huh? Yep, good old bonfire. We got some. Well, we got some before New Year's, but they only had those the little small ones. So I just told my kids to put them inside of, put it in a cup and put it in the microwave, and put your chocolate in there and stir it up, and then they only, cause during that time they had unsold out at the store that I was at, so they only had the little Teddy Graham cookies. So I was like, put you some marshmallows in a cup, put it in the microwave, and then melt the marshmallows. Take the marshmallows out and drop your piece of chocolate candy in there and stir it around, and then pour your little Teddy Grahams in there with that. And then you got s'mores in a different way, but it's still s'mores. Hey Maz, how you doing? All right. Hey, Maz, you always coming through with the great testimonies. Come on, girl. In the midst of your storm, you always come through and tell something really good. I bet you probably know you had the job yesterday, didn't you? And I ain't come live. Well, I did come live yesterday, but I didn't come live last night. Do you have any pictures of me when I was little? Girl, I got so many pictures. Yes, I do got pictures of you when you was little too. Absolutely. And they everywhere. All in my phone. I got some in my phone and I got some in the house too. In my picture bin. Do anybody even have pictures anymore that they print out? Um, can you send me some? I think about it, girl. I gotta go. It's a lot of work to pull out the picture bin. That's a lot of work. Cause then you gotta pull it out, and then you gotta go through all of those pictures. And if you got a picture bin, you don't just go in there and just hurry up and flick through the pictures that's in there. You go in there and you start looking at pictures and you start reminiscing, and before you know it, you in that been in that picture bin for 3-4 hours. So I ain't gonna tell you when I'm gonna do it, but I will. Even other people been asking me about pictures and stuff too. So even if I'm now in the marketing team for Oats Community. Alrighty. Alrighty then. That is amazing. I'm live. can I come over this weekend? Girl, I'll talk to you about that on the phone. I don't even know if I'm gonna be home this weekend, honestly. I'm trying to figure out how to get away my own self. I wanna go I wanna go stay on the beach or something. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. So Maz, is that what you wanted to do? Or it was just like, let me go and grab this job right here, um, because I'm in this position right now. Are you still with your kids? Yes, because it pays good. Alrighty then. Great. Yes, I'm still with. All right. All right. Get some extra time in. Good, good, good. How is it? How are you liking Georgia? Is you taking lots of pictures? I know y'all can't see me, but eyes here. I'm keep poking my head in and out the camera. It's just dark out here. Hey, Tashana. Thank you for dropping in. That's so funny to see when you say your own name. Tashana, what's up? We just over here enjoying the bonfire for a little while it ain't so cold. I think it's probably here. It's 40 something. I'm not sure how low in the 40s we are, but it's manageable when you're sitting by the fire. I'm feeling real toasty right about now. It's still weird to see my name and it's not me. Right when I was just looking just in. I was like, wait a minute, how did somebody come in here and tell me? I was like, oh no, that's Tashana the truck. Yeah, so I feel the same way. It feel weird to see your name and it's not you that it's not you that's typing it. Absolutely. I understand. So how if you're still in here, Tashana, how is it so your husband is the driver and you just be like along the ride. How is it to be going out and like traveling all of those different places? Because I told you one time in the comments that at one point, um, me and my husband talked about doing that, and he was telling me, he was asking me to get my CDLs, and I'm scared as hell to back up. I ain't that good. Now that one thing I'll say, I can drive, but I ain't good at backing up. So I'm like, you want me to drive a semi truck and back it up? Oh no. Oh no. That ain't none of my thing. That's the main thing that I asked my sister about. Cause she drive buses. I was like, girl, you be backing the bus up and everything. She was like, mm-hmm. Shit, I be taking stuff out right here. Hey, my kids, hey mom, you're on the curve again. Shut up, y'all. Don't worry about it. Nobody won't know if you don't say nothing. uh, Girl, it was great to talk to, but I have some calls to my attorney because I want my child support payment to be higher because I feel I pay too little in child support and they're getting older. Alrighty then, go ahead, Mads. Thank you for coming through and letting us know everything is looking on the up and up for you. I'm glad to hear that. See you next time. The curves, right? The curves ain't gonna tell y'all don't be saying nothing. You know, I ain't gonna lie. I be tearing up some curves in the truck that I drive, and it ain't nowhere near semi truck. But no, backing up um is has never been my thing. Even when I back up in and out the yard or something like that, I still be going real slow to make sure I get it right. Mm-mm. I get nervous driving with the trailer, cause we got a trailer, but trying to back it up, child, please. Nah, that ain't none of my thing. Can you drive the trucks, Tashana, or you just along for the ride? My husband backs up everywhere, grocery stores, our driveway. I always say he think he better than other. Yeah, sound like my husband be backing up like it ain't nothing but a thing. Face be straight as I don't know where, and me, I be like, let me turn around and look for him, cause he ain't turning around enough to. But I ain't never ran into nothing. Only me. But I be paying attention though. Mm-mm. Oh no, I am a passenger princess. I cook and keep him company. Okay, I hear that. Uh, Listen, that's the kind of passenger I am too. Huh? And let me tell you something. Let this car pull out this yard, and I'm on the as long as I'm on the passenger side, I got my pillow with me. Cause we ain't gonna even make it out the neighborhood good, and I already be got my head cocked to the side for to go to sleep. It seems like when you riding, that's the best sleep ever. The best sleep ever. So I be trying to get it in when I'm riding somewhere, and that must be nice for him. Other than them other truckers, um, the other truckers that be out there and they be by themselves and stuff. You gotta, you don't get no nice home cooked meal, and then they be chasing after the lot lizards and all of that stuff. I used to be a manager at a truck stop. You get to see all of the craziness that go on there. So, girl, yeah, stay on the road. Stay up, passenger princess. Okay, that would definitely be me, knocked out over there. Yeah, that riding and sleep is, oof, that'd be the best kind of sleep right there. But to be able to ride all over the place and visit all of these different places and stuff, Love it. You take a lot of pictures when you traveling? Well, you don't have to take no pictures. You can video, you can record all the places that you go to. A woman walked up to my husband one day and asked for a ride, not knowing I was his wife, but her face was priceless. I bet it was. What you say? Not in here, lizard, lizard. Not here, lizard, lizard. I have a channel and post a lot of the scenes. We are in Wisconsin now. The snow is beautiful. I gotta go over there and look. I don't not that I ain't been to your channel already, but I haven't gone. I don't watch some of your shorts and stuff, but I didn't watch. I need to go and watch some videos and stuff. That's what I do. The other night somebody came through here and I went and watched some of their videos, like 2 or 3 of their videos. So that's what I do when I get off here tonight. I go over there and check out some of the scenery in some of those places. Did you go and taste some cheese over there? I just love how this fire just coming up right in the middle of the 2 logs only. It's like there's none on the sides or any of that. It's just flaming right through the middle. It's pretty. We are tomorrow. Our drop is across from the cheese stove. Okay, then. I hear that. Who you put in the FIP looks suspicious. Well, Billy, that would be a problem if I told you that, wouldn't it? That would be a problem. Hey, Gamma's World, if I told you that I put somebody in there, that would give it all away, right? I can't tell you that. No, you know we ain't got nobody. We ain't taking no people out over here like that. I'm excited. I love cheese. Yes, I love a good fire. Yes, I know. Oh, I ain't never been in snow before. I want to go in snow. I really do, really bad. And me myself, I don't even care. I wouldn't eat cheese, plain, but I would love to go over there. I think that if I was in Wisconsin, I think, I would definitely eat cheese. Um, I like cheese, but it gotta be on something melted. Like a burger, some nachos or something like that right there. I ain't never I ain't never been one that just walk up and eat a little slice of cheese or something like that. It looks elegant and everything the way they be, put the cheese in in your mouth and everything, you know. But that ain't none of me. Gamma, it sure ain't no snow over here, but I'm a Floridian, so we in the 40s over here. So, we feel like we freezing over here in the 40s. Honey, I like to look at the snow, but I don't like being out in it. That's what my sister said, girl. You only because I haven't been in it. I've never seen snow personally. You know what I'm saying? So when you ain't never seen it before, all you experience is all this heat that we be having in Florida. then you kind of get excited about that kind of stuff. So my sister was like, "Girl, uh, don't give it too much hype." She said, "As fast as you get over here in it, you'll wanna, you'll wanna get up out of it." Um, I know one time when I went to visit her in Virginia, she was like, I was like, "What the temperature? What's the temp gonna be over there?" She was like, "Oh, it's not gonna get that low." She was like, "It'll be in the 60s." So I'm thinking the 60s. Oh, that ain't nothing. I ain't never seen it before. Not, I ain't never touched it. But let me tell you, it snowed when I was a baby here in Florida. But that's it. I ain't never been nowhere while it was snowing or no none of that. But we went to Virginia and I asked her what the temperature was, what we should bring there. Honey child, you go to other places or whatever, and they say the temperature is in the 60s, and you live here in Florida. The 60s ain't nothing over here in Florida. That ain't nothing. The 60s, people, everybody over here still be walking around with shorts on and everything like that. But I'm here to tell you, up north, 60s is a different kind of 60s there than it is here. Then we got there and it started doing like that little um misty like rain kind of like. I was like, oh hell no, this is cold. It's freezing here. Child, I had to go and regroup. I had to get me a whole jacket. I'm a big cold person. Mm-mm. No ma'am. I was like, the next time she tell me it gonna be in the 60s, I'm gonna be prepared for the 40s because the 60s in Virginia feel like the 40s here in Florida. So I know next time. um, Gamma. Oh yes, I live in Ohio. Oh, I got one of my friends slash sister live in Cleveland, Ohio too. I see snow every winter. Ooh, this can't be your first. Yeah, you too comfortable. Billy, I live here on the farm. I'm true to this, not new to it. Tashana. Um, Gamma, that is so funny that you saying Tashana, but you ain't talking to me. It is always so funny every time Tashana comes through. It was like people gonna be like, "You talking to yourself, girl?" I'm talking to Tashana in the chat. I'm fondue like a drop in a load. Uh-oh. It's gonna be that melted kind of cheese, and I've been waiting. Uh, I've been waiting for the snow to hit this year to make content, but it won't come. When you waiting on it to come, then it don't come. Yeah, I knew Gamma was gonna say she glad the snow not there because you've been talking about it all before it even came there. How you getting sick of the snow and you tired of it. I'm so tired of this. I want to move away from here. And I didn't even think twice when she asked about the snow. Yeah, I now that everybody's saying that about the snow that's lived in it before or whatever, it's like, I just want to go there, and I'm pretty sure like I can go somewhere. And me, um, I'll probably enjoy the snow probably the first hour when I first get there. Mm-mm. And then I probably won't go back out the door no more the whole time that I'm there. Because then I can say, well, I experienced it. I've experienced it. And that's all. that I want to do is experience it. Billy say I'm too comfortable. Yeah. What all play? Are you gonna make the move, Gamma? Or are you still thinking about it? It's just pretty the first hour it drops. After that, it's dirty. That's what I heard. I told my sister, I was like, I think the snow is so pretty. She was like, girl, that's cause you seen it on TV. That's cause you seen it on TV or whatever. She said that junk be so nasty and dirty. And she was like, it don't be like that. Um, I live in Dayton, Ohio, and baby, there's 4 inches right now with a level 2 snow warning. Oh, when it get to the level 2, what that mean? You know, you know us Floridians don't know nothing about that. All we can tell you about is the flood warnings and stuff here, and the strength of a hurricane. That's it. It's just pretty. First hour it drops. After that, it's dirty, slushy, and dangerously icy. Gamma, you be falling and stuff. My mother and grandkids aren't gonna let me go nowhere. I know. All you can do is think about it, huh? Level 2 snow emergency means no one on the streets unless you're going to work. Level 3, they shut down the city. Oh, okay then. So that's kind of like here when they get when we get to a when we get to a level 3, uh well, not a level, but we call it category 2 and 3, they start shutting stuff down. A one, they might a one day they'll shut it down. Listen to the roosters crowing. It ain't early enough yet. um yeah, I done seen the cars slipping and sliding. Yeah, over here there's like the tolls. They shut the tolls and everything down. Well, they don't shut them down. It's like it's free for you to ride through there and everything, so you ain't gotta stop and lock up the roads and stuff like that. But child, over here, even though they be saying all of that stuff, like everybody should be inside and everything, child, that's when everybody. That's like telling the Floridians, "Come on outside, come on outside." Uh, this the time to go out and play. Soon as they start trying to shut down everything, people over in Florida do the opposite. Y'all hear my rooster singing at this time of night. I fell last year and broke. Oh my gosh! I sat on a donut pillow for about 7 weeks. Worst pain I ever felt. Ooh, ooh. Tashana, I have back pains on the regular. I ain't never broke no bone in my body. But these pains that I be having in my back is the kind of pain that you can't even barely turn over at nighttime. And sometimes, ooh, you be walking and then mess around and step in like a a pothole or something like that, and you ain't paying attention, just like a dip in the ground or whatever. And it's like it's a pain that come through that make you want to scream your head off. Like I got like a something's pinching in my back, and I'm running from the doctor because all I can think about is something they probably gonna want to do surgery on, and I don't want it. Um, that rooster trying to tell on somebody. No, you know what? If you can listen for a second, my rooster is crowing, and then if you listen real ever so slightly, you can hear my neighbors from across way over there. Their rooster is communicating back with my rooster, so they going back and forth talking to each other at this time of night. They should have been telling on that damn raccoon that was kept eating my hens up that was back there. That's what they should have been hollering. They want to pick not to be back there making all that noise. So, that's what I mean about it being dangerous. Yeah, and once I feel like, let me see what age you got to, and you was like it's like when you used to fall when you was in your 20s and stuff and lower and stuff like that, it didn't phase you. But it's like when you get to like age 30 or whatever, you like falling ain't the same. You be trying to do everything not to fall. I'm too old to be falling now. I be scared about falling anyway. I be acting like a real old lady when I be going up and even in my going up in my garden bed and stuff. When I go up there, honey, I be going nice and so. I already said I got to put me some rails going up there because I don't got no rails up there right now. I got to put me a rail going in, going up there. I'm almost 50 years old too. I need me something to hold on to, even to get that extra pull to pull you on up there. Lord have mercy. Wow. I can only imagine. You better go to the you better go to the I know I have degenerative disc disease, and when the disc bulge, it is horrible. Yeah, that's exactly what I feel like is going on um with my back at first, because I didn't have this pain in my back until I had I had an emergency C-section, and they put that needle in my back, and ever since I did that, it's like I've been having back problems ever since then. So your back and feet are nothing to play with. I hit my shin this morning. In my whole 47 years, that hurt so much more than when we were younger. Yeah, as falls get serious, the older you get. Listen, I am so scared to fall all the time. I fell last week my own self. It wasn't no bad fall, but I was I don't care what you doing and how you trying to live your life. And when you fall, the first thing come out your mouth is, "Oh shit." It does not matter no more. I mean, yes, I just can't. I can't even. And it's almost like I be trying to skip past it because then my mind will start going, and before I know it, I be feeling Tashana's pain from when she fell and broke her tailbone. I don't know why I do that. Like, but like I don't. When people tell me like they hurt something, especially I don't like to be around if it happens or somebody explaining how it. felt or whatever, it's almost like I can feel it when somebody's explaining it or whatever. So I'll be like, oh Lord, please don't, please don't, please don't. I was just telling my daughter the other day, she is trying to tell me about she got uh like you know how to like you break your fingernail off and then you pull it down onto the side too far or whatever. And because I know what that feel like when she showed it to me, I was like, never mind. I was like, I don't want to see it. It's like I can feel people's pain and stuff. So I'll just be like, yes. Oh, I ain't know. You say you want to see who I hear? Mm. Oh, yeah, I'm still out here. Oh, I'll probably be live for another 20 minutes. Y'all hear my husband trying to come out here with me by the fire. Um, damn, does it usually snow in Milwaukee? Um, too sleepy to type listener. Korean, you know I already know what what you on here for. You come on here to be you come to get your book time, your story time. Taught me to sleep. I already know, girl. And me just moving stuff around. The moon was so pretty just a few minutes ago, but then it just like it keep coming and going as it please. Korea said she wanted to comment about the epidural, but it's not making sense though. Yeah, wait another day. We don't want you saying something you ain't supposed to say. Yeah, ever since I got that epidural, like my back has not been the same. And when I went to the doctor the first time about it, they were saying sometimes, Shalissa, what these YouTube bus drivers doing up in here? No, y'all gotta be up in 4 5 hours to go get them children. Ever since I did that, like my back hasn't been the same. And it's like when I went to the doctor, they told me that sometimes when you get epidurals, it can leave bubbles. It can leave bubbles in your back that can make you have that kind of pain too. So I don't know. I'm just scared to hear what they gonna say. And the reason I'm scared is because um I done seen my husband go through having back surgery. He had um two of his vertebrae removed. Ugh, just ugh, I can't even imagine. And then he said during his surgery he woke up. He said he woke up during his surgery. And when he first when he first came out of surgery, it ain't funny, but he was like, when I, they came and got me after he got into recovery and stuff. And the first thing I seen him, I thought he was gonna be like, "Hey," Hey, and I was like, hey, you all right? And he was like, hell no, he not all right. They tried to kill me. Those people tried to unalive me in there. And I was like, what? Then I didn't know anything about that people can actually wake up during surgery. I ain't know nothing about that or whatever. So when he was saying it, I was like, that doesn't make sense. Like you ain't wake up during your surgery or whatever. And then I went and read about it and it was like, oh my God. And then it was like, all the time, like when he was sleeping, it's like he was doing a lot of twitching and stuff in his sleep and everything. And I recorded him, how he was doing. It was like he was traumatized or something during the surgery. So I'm just like, oh hell no. I ain't going to get I ain't going to get none of that. So no, I don't know. Hey sister, what you doing by the fire? I'm headed off to bed. Yeah, you already know how we do it, Shalissa. I like a good old bonfire. I was like we cut some some trees today. And so I was like, I think I'm gonna sit out by the fire and do my live tonight instead of on the inside. I'm about 1.5 hours away. Just go see what they say because what if they can do something small? Make sure it's something that won't get worse over time. Well, the thing is it wasn't so bad before, but it's worse now. It's like up and down. Some days it be better than other days. Um, oh, and let me tell you something. Don't let me if I drink a Coke or something like that, which I don't. Ever since like I've been losing weight and stuff like that, um, one thing that I did give up was sodas. I done recently started back drinking them because I guess like I feel like I be going through certain times when you be like menopause. Hey, get your mama. Um, I just feel like I have these times where when your period's supposed to come on, but it don't come on, the cravings still come like crazy. You know how when it's time for your period to come on, you want the snacks. You want the snacks and all of that good stuff. You probably crave the chocolate. You want the sodas and all of that stuff. I still get that really bad, but I don't get my period don't come on. Um, but if one day I want to drink a Coke soda or something like that, which I try to stay away from all dark sodas. If I want a soda, right now my kick is ginger ale. I like ginger ale. Um, but if I drink a soda, it like it make my back hurt really bad, which make me um kind of like stay away from. Um, so yeah, I know I usually do the ginger, but it is I'm telling you, I done had some times where there's like a misstep or something like that. Oh God! And sometimes getting down out of my truck, I have to slide down like I'm going down the going down the slide, getting out of the truck. Sometimes I'd be like, talking about be done jump down and hop down out of there like you think you a young jitterbug or something. Mm-mm. So, no, it be getting me. But I'm gonna check it out. I heard that sodas cause back problems. Is that true? I don't know, Gamma. I stopped drinking them because I knew that me losing weight was the sodas was a part of my problems. So, and I went from drinking Pepsis. Then when I knew that I was hooked on Pepsi, I was like, oh hell no, I gotta stop doing that because I don't want to be hooked on nothing. So I stopped drinking Pepsi and I switched to Coke. And then I like wanted Coke all the time. And then I stopped drinking all of those and I started drinking only diet sodas. When I started drinking only diet sodas, I started losing weight. But then guess what? I found out I was allergic to the aspartame in the sodas, which caused me to have vertigo. And if you ever had vertigo before, Lord have mercy, crazy, crazy. The room be spinning and everything. No, ma'am. So I'm just like, okay, no, thank you to all of that. So, um, it that could very well be true because I told you, if whenever if I drink a Coke or something like that, I can feel that there's a more intense pain. It makes the problem that I already have, it makes it worse. So, you know, I don't know. And they be putting so much different stuff in and stuff into our food and stuff. But I'm gonna tell you, I had took um my daughter to the doctor, and um my kids go to like a doctor that's more like holistic and stuff like that, like more things that hey she cooks and roasts. um and um one of my daughters has PCOS. I don't know if y'all know what that is, but it's like when your testosterone levels are up too high, and they want to put you on all these high doses of metformin and birth control, and the list just keep going on. They just keep jacking it up higher and higher and higher. I'm like, okay. Um, I went to the doctor the other day, and he said to try um, castor oil, put it on a rag, and then put the rag up against your stomach area, and where your stomach and your pelvis area, a rag saturated in with castor oil, and wrap it up in wrap it with saran wrap and let it sit there, um and just do it at nighttime. And also he said that, now I don't know how true this is, but what if you can just use castor oil to help some of this stuff go away? um they say it's good for fibroids, and it's good for if you have lumps in your breast. Any lumps you have in your breast, said also to saturate the rag when with castor oil, and just wrap your breast in the castor oil rags at nighttime, so when you go to bed. So I'm going to try that and see how that does with my daughter, because I'm definitely for that. Versus, I'm not no medicine person. I'm not no person that I don't like um I'm not into immunizations like that either. So Gamma, they say the back issues come from the kidneys being bothered by the soda. Yeah, now I do believe that right there. If that you drink too many sodas, your back will be hurting in a different kind of place. Yeah, she cooks. I just said to you. All righty then, she cooks. Come through and go ahead and let them know, girl. Yeah, y'all. Anybody that's over here in my chat, if you want to drop your channel, go ahead and drop your channel. I believe in us helping each other out, and you know, tell them tell them a little bit about your page in the chat. And so, we can go and support each other, and what we trying to do on here. Um, it was wonderful meeting you all. And Tashana, it was wonderful speaking to you again. Have a wonderful night, everyone. Stay blessed. You too. I'll be coming. And when I told y'all earlier that I went to somebody's page the other night and watched some of their videos, this her in the chat right now. She cooks and roasts. I went over there and watched some of her videos the other night. Welcome back. She cooks and roasts. Um, oh, when I said you cook those egg rolls, and I never thought of. I just whip my own stuff up that I want to put in them and do them your own self. Cause I tried to make the spring rolls or whatever. They turned out good. They turned out real good, but I just didn't. I didn't think outside the box. Now you got me thinking outside the box. Thank you, Tashana, for coming through, and I'll see you next time. I'll be over there to see what's up over there on your side of town. I got to come watch some videos. Only mods can drop channels. It won't show up if we do it. Oh my goodness. Okay then, well y'all see what these people what y'all see the people that's here in the chat. Y'all just you can click on it. I think you could don't can't you click on the bubble or whatever. I ain't that computer savvy over here, so I don't be knowing. If I was on my computer, I'll drop it for y'all. Let me see, can I do it? I'll be done messed up something. Let me see. I can't do it right now. I ain't even finna play. I ain't even finna play with it. Thanks to Shauna Hines, I give my kids more money now. Oh, so you went and changed it for your own stuff to pay a little bit more money for your kids. You go ahead, Maz, do your thing, girl. You ain't gonna have too many parents that be like that right there. You go and raise my own child support to help my kids out. Oh, I ain't even see somebody came through and gave me uh, um I don't even know what you call it, but gave me what is it called, Gamma? What is it called, Gamma? Yes, she cooks. I just went to your page. It looks fine. Hey. Oh yeah, okay, there it is, Jules. Somebody gave me a Jules. I didn't even see it when it happened, but whoever did that, appreciate it very much. Yeah, she cooks. Just went to your page. It looks fine. I'm on my way to sub Jules. Yeah, y'all support each other. You know, help us all get somewhere on this here thing. Yeah, I be trying to come through and like find my different where I'm gonna get to. I be switching up because I feel different all times of the day. Um so um I heard you when you were saying the other day, Gammas. I think you were saying like you was trying to figure out, like sometimes you feel like you have to be consistent with the time that you come through. I be feeling like that too, that you have to come the same time. But heck, no, we don't got to do it like that. We can come and go live whenever we want to in the middle of the day at the drop of a hat. This our business. We run it how we want to. Whenever you get ready to go, just go for what it is that you know. Like sometimes I have random thoughts throughout the day that I be thinking about something. I just go ahead and hit the live button like the other day that I felt like, over and over again in my head, it just kept playing. Well, when I have situations like this and I know I'm supposed to come and talk about it, it'd be like, you know how like you ever hear like a bell in your head, in your ear, not in your head, but a bell in your ear that you have to kind of like wait it out and it'll go away on its own. Well, when I know I'm supposed to say something, that's what happens to me. It's like whatever it is, it plays over and over and over again in my ear. And it's like if I don't come and say it, it doesn't go away. So it just keep playing. Yeah, Tashana has a channel. It's the same as what she got up here. Yeah, don't think you gotta stay committed to the time that you come on here. Your people will come through and eventually follow through, with what it is that they supposed to do. You just kind of have to, know it be yours on, and you have to go with it when you feel it, because they're gonna get the best of you when you come on feeling the best that you feel. Um, but anyways, I have those times when I just feel like the bell be ringing in my ear, like the thought won't go away. So, ye- uh, yesterday I kept feeling like, and I be feeling like at the times that I'm getting ready to say it, there's somebody that needs to hear it. And so that's one of the things that I'm on here for, is like if I can say something to somebody about some of the things that I've been through in life and I can encourage them in those things, I want to be able to say it and get it out. Good night, Kevin. I want to be able to get it. Good night. I want to be able to come on and say it, get it out, so that if the person is here that need to hear it, or whenever they gonna come through and hear it, hears it. Cause um, all I kept thinking about the other day is that I can. I heard a couple people talking about how whilst actually what happened was I went and read up under one of my comments, and from one of my very old videos, and they was talking about this one lady was on there saying that how she go to family functions because she want her kids to be able to hang around um her nieces and nephews and everything and her other family members or whatever. But she say as she was growing up, um some of her uncles or family members, I don't want to say her uncles or whatever, but she was in my up under my comments, and she was saying that um every time they go to one of those situations or whatever, she was like, the person who violated her, they're always there. Um, and so she said, but I always go, and she's like, it always mess with me and everything. And so it's just like, and it was so long ago, and I told y'all that I don't really venture into those comments like that because after the day that I drop them or whatever, I don't go back and look at those older videos like that because I don't want it to come up at a time that it ain't supposed to come up. But anyways, I kept thinking about that over and over again because and plus I was in other people's lives that was talking about, going to functions and stuff, and people are there that harmed you, in especially in those types of ways, if you understand what I'm saying, like family members that grate you, um, those types of situations. And then you put yourself in a position because you want your kids to know this person or that person. Nah, I feel like if those people are there, you set up your own situations, especially the whole family knew that this person did it to you or whatever, and they all down with it. Uh-uh. Don't to for you to be able to hang around those people, then that means you gotta trigger yourself or traumatize yourself to go and hang around it. No. Set up your own situations and stuff and invite your family over without that person that brought that kind of trauma or whatever to your life. So hey Callie mama, how you doing tonight? Thank you very kindly. Um, but in those types of situations, for your kids to get to know like they family and stuff, you ain't gotta go over and hang out with those people. You can set up your own situations, make your own parties, do your own thing, and invite over who you want to. Don't put yourself in a bad situation, and have to hang around that person and pretend and smile. And then some people that don't know about it can be standing right next to them. Can be standing right there next to him. One of my neighbors coming home, guys, ready up. Um, but they can be standing next to him, talking to him, and see you walking by and be like, hey, come here for a minute, and then they think you acting funny because you don't want to come over and you don't want to come over and talk to him. Hold on, just 1 second. Okay. Um, and sometimes, those people, like I said, those people can call you over and they don't have no idea that you done had this trauma or something with this person. And then they think you acting funny because you refuse to come over there by them or whatever. So that's why I say to stop yourself from going through all of those different kinds of situations. Make your own situation, invite your own people over there, and leave out the person. Because I can go back and look at my situation and knowing that all of those people, um, at least two of my violators, um, got me a whooping. So, and for me, sometimes that feel like the heaviest part of my situation is that I got whoopings behind them of something that I couldn't control or whatever, but that ain't a part that like I put on them. I put that weight onto, my mom for that, and I just felt like she didn't know what else to do with that situation. But don't put yourself in situations around people who, you know, brought trauma to your life just because they get to come to your family functions or whatever. Make a statement. Let your family know. Hell, I ain't staying here because this person here. See y'all later. You know, it's different ways that you can say things. You ain't really got to cause a scene or no nothing. But like I said, create your own create your own parties and stuff, and invite your sisters and all of that kind of stuff over it. You don't have to go and hang around those people like that. I know that's right. Control your environment. Mm-mm. Yeah, and I just places that I'm uncomfortable in. I'm not staying there. I'm not staying there. I told y'all the last, the strongest hold that I had on me about changing. Hey Shannon, how you doing, girl? Um, the last person that I feel like had the strongest hold on me is my husband. Everything before that, man, please. My attitude is way different, but prior to then, it's like people pleasing. I went down the line of everybody, and now it ain't no more that smiling and pretending like I'm cool with you and no none of that stuff right there. You gonna know it's a ill right off rip. Um, but it's like my husband is like the hardest thing. But I be feeling like right now because we've been separated for almost 7 months now. And now it's like I feel a little different. Today was the first day um, that I gave him, I reciprocated a hug to him. Um, and I actually felt good about it. So, but I'm just not in a place of, I don't know, I feel like it's another fire somewhere with these ashes flying up in the sky like this because I ain't got nothing in my fire that's flying up in there. But I guess the ashes is coming from that. Well, need no extra fire over here now. Um, but yeah, I remember the smiles used to be even when I ain't happy and everything. Mm-mm. Yeah, that's hard. That's hard. That's a hard thing for me to do right now. So, you know, and that all comes along with growth. Um, let your face match whatever you got going on the inside of you. You know, you sitting around people and you know they ain't making you happy unless you know you got issues in those areas. Then, but I'm saying when you going through things like what I've been through, learn to let your face match what it is that you really feeling on the inside. So, um, eventually, I'm going to get right where I need to be, and I think right now in this time, like you know how you can do something for so long, and then people don't believe you. Hey, Miss Park, how you doing? You know how you can do something for so long, and they be like, "Oh, she ain't gonna do shit. She gonna keep on doing the same thing. She gonna keep on doing the same thing." But and of course, they're gonna keep trying you in those areas because you've been doing it for so long. But when you do something and you stand on it, and people know that you're serious, and you ain't back, and you ain't doing the Michael Jackson moonwalk, they either roll with it or you will speed on before they get peed on. And it just is what it is. And so, and is it a comfortable thing? Absolutely not. I wouldn't even lie to you and tell you that it's comfortable. But anything you working on and trying to change in your life, it's not going to be comfortable, especially when, let's just say, you've been living for 45 years. If you've been people pleasing for 45 years and now you got at 45 and you trying to change it, it's going to be an uncomfortable thing for you to switch it up. Go with it. You ain't supposed to smile at everything. You ain't supposed to agree with everything. Y'all know what Betty White say? You can't show your teeth to every guy you meet. It's alright to be a little sweet, but be a mama with a kid and you know head in the sheets. No pain. Yes. Oh, Callie. I don't have you been missing that long? Oh, Callie. Oh my gosh. Callie, no, you were here when I took that train ride. You were here when I got on the train and I left. That day when I was over here punching the door and all of that stuff, going off cussing. Because he was trying to make sure that I didn't have YouTube on because he didn't want them to know. He didn't want you all to know how he spoke to me. Yeah, no, I when I left here on that train, I stayed gone for a little more than a month, and then I came back. There was another argument, and I left again. And I moved into one of the sheds that's here on my property. And I let him and the kids stay inside the house. Um, because one of the things was he told me that I don't do shit. So, sometimes when people tell you don't do shit, then you move yourself out of the equation so they can see exactly what it is that you do. And I can't tell you that that's a comfortable thing. I cried many, many days behind that. But um then I was on live. I was on live again, probably about 2 months ago. And you probably missed that part that I was going with. Yeah, Billy, I am a crybaby sometimes. That don't bother me. Now, Billy, I'm gonna tell you now. If you had came through here about 2 or 3 months ago and called me a crybaby, I I'd have ate your ass up, and you'd have been in this fire out here for real, for real, for real. Yeah, but yeah, that don't bother me. But there I was on live, and another situation had happened. I had got into it with my niece. And then she came over here, and then after my niece came over here, then my husband came over and he said something to me, and it just like drove me nuts. It drove me nuts. So I got back on the train again and I left again. So ever since the first time, you know about us going through something, it ain't never got back right since then. So no, and I'm still standing. Yes, it's not like your no, I definitely ain't going in there. You know, my son stay in the other house back there. I wouldn't just up and take that from him. You know, I got options. I don't have to stay in the shed, but I stay in the shed because um I want to be here close to my kids. I still take them and do everything, stuff like that with them. Just know I'm good with where I am. I can be back in the house if I wanted to, but I'm on my journey to, you know, being good with me. So yeah, no, my son's still staying and he's still living in the other house. Billy, yes, but I'm just joking with you a little bit. Um my kid's dad said that to me. You don't do ish. I stopped doing everything I used to do so he could really see what nothing was. Man, get your mama. When I tell you nobody didn't do their own laundry, I did everybody's laundry. Not only did I do it, I folded it and I just put it in a stack, and all that they had to do was go and put their stuff away. I did, I washed all the dishes. I cooked every single night, washed the dishes after I cleaned up, after I cooked this dinner. Um, the kids have chores too, but kids don't do chores um the way that you do them. So what I do is, I let the kids do them. Thank you for helping me out with that. But when they go to bed at nighttime, I go behind them and I redo the thing that they did. I probably won't rewash the dishes, but the kids ain't gonna pull out the stuff that's sitting on the counter or no nothing and wipe behind that and none of that stuff like that. So nighttime I'm in there bleaching down the counters. I'm up until 2 o'clock in the morning cleaning up, behind what somebody else is supposed to do. And actually, I wouldn't have my husband would actually be the one. He ain't got to do shit. But you gonna tell me that I don't do shit around this house. And oh my God, that set me off so bad. But I guess I'm in the learning season right now of it doesn't matter what somebody says to you. If you know that it's not true, you should not let it get you upset. But I've been dealing with that my whole life, especially when you come from the places that I've come from. It's like you can't tell your story. Everything, if you, it's like Color Purple. You wanna sing, but have it beat at you. I done been through all of that stuff. You can't you can't say what happened to you without somebody telling you it ain't true. They can know that it happened to you and it ain't true. Um, Everybody dumping their kids on me and then tell you how to do it after they done dumped them on you, all that kind of stuff. I done been through it. And so now it's just like when you learn that I can protect myself, I can protect myself comes along with a promise, right? And once you make that promise to yourself, you willing to, you willing to jump in the grave to stand on that, if you know what I mean, right? So it listen, as much as I talk to y'all about bugs, snakes, and worms and stuff like that, I'm even here to tell you, even as a little girl, I'm scared of that stuff because um so say back in the days, um we had roaches. Not bad roaches, but it would be like those big flying roaches. That's what I'm talking about. So one time I went and got the neighbor to come and get one of them from out of our house. I was terrified of them, right? This boy come and get the roach out of the house. And he get the roach and then he chased me down the street with it, screaming and hollering. Screaming and hollering. He having him a good old field day or whatever, right? So I go and go and go. Now I deal with this several times over. Is people get these little bugs and stuff, and then they start chasing me with them or whatever. And one time, it happened to me that I'm out of breath, and like I feel like I'm about to have a heart attack. And on that day, I'm like, this ain't gonna happen to me no more, never again. So now I'm gonna tell you on everything. Whenever there's a bug, a big old grasshopper, or anything like that, I'm scared as hell of it, right? But I'm telling you, 10 toes down, if somebody got that shit in their hand and they even think about it, I don't give a damn what you doing. I'm gonna turn around and I'm gonna come face to face with you and I'm gonna tell you, you throw that shit on me, we gonna tear this mother, we gonna tear it up tonight. And I'm telling you. So the same way I stand on that promise, it's just certain things that I make promises to myself in my life, and I'm not gonna go through it no more. And I don't care who I have to cut out of my life for it not to happen to me again. Like, even with my dad, I done cut my dad out of my life, and there's a lot of people thinking that I'm wrong for doing it. It don't mean that I hate him. I love me more. You had all the time in the world. I'm telling you, my dad was a great, great provider. But that's all he did. He was a great provider. Gave everything that I needed, sometimes gave what I wanted, but everything had to do with money. But when I needed people to show up for me, kind of like the things that he requests of me. I can remember when I was a little kid, he had a garden and everything. So the green thumb comes from my dad. So um, whenever you would go to the garden or whatever where he was, I would be at my grandma's house, and he lived down the street from my grandma. But I try to go to the garden and like go and talk to him in the garden or whatever, and you always got the hand wave, like, go away. He was the guy that made CDs and tapes and stuff for people. You would try to go over there and spend time with him, and he worked long hours, but them was his time away. And so, everybody, just shoo you away. So now, if that's what your dad gives you all of your life, um, to go away, how much do you think you're going to have on the inside to give back to him, right? So, me, I'm still reaching out as a daughter. Um, and one day, like, I was down, I told y'all about the time I went to one of my, um, I don't forget what you, one of my violators, um, showed up at my mom's funeral and called and gave me a hug and sent me into a tailspin. So when I was going through all of that, I had sat down and I wrote my daddy a letter, 6 pages front and back. He rode around with that letter in his truck and everything. I didn't know whether he had received it or not. He ain't say nothing. But one time I was talking to one of my sisters about it, and she was like, "Oh, he got it." I was like, "Well, how you know he got the letter?" She was like, "Oh, I seen it in his glove box in his truck." I said, "Oh, okay then." So one day I had rented two houses. Um, I rented two houses in Kissimmee for like a little family reunion get together or whatever. And I always make what you call it, accommodations for my dad and his wife to come to our situation, free of charge. I take care of him and everything, right? So he came to one of those get-togethers, and I also told y'all before, like I feel like when I do stuff like the I'm like hanging with my family or whatever, and I'm very happy. I feel like my husband does things to like destroy my happiness or whatever. Like he don't want nobody else to make me laugh. So one time, one of those times, we got into it at one of these places, and my daddy had the nerve to jump in on my husband's side, and he don't even know my husband like that. Probably at this point, I met my husband probably like 3 or 4 times, and he jumped on my husband's side. I said, "Oh, okay then," and I told him, I say, "How dare you? You ain't never protected me from all the shit that I done told you, and you got the nerve to jump on his side." I was like, "All right then, I got you." So now I forgave him after that point. Like I forgave him, but you can't never forget. It still be in the back of your mind that that happened, right? But nonetheless, you get past it or whatever. What my daddy's standing there, he just saying, "I just think you should do X, Y, and Z because he a good man and I really like him." And I'm like, "You really like him? You gonna have the nerve to talk to me about you really like him and you can't even address the shit that happened to me when I was a little kid." But whatever. Okay, so we get past that right there. But as the years go on, stuff just keep happening. And my dad still think like I'm like still this little girl and he can give me money and like shoot go away. But then he calling me with stuff like, um, "Can you come cook for me for Christmas?" I have plans with me and my family here at our house. I mean, we had just moved into this property right here one year. And he called me up that same year. We finna have our first Thanksgiving here at our new house or whatever. And he was like, "Oh, can you come to my house and cook dinner for Thanksgiving or whatever?" And I was like, no problem." I was like, "Let's go down to daddy house or whatever, chill with him, do his thing." We go down there, we do that or whatever. Ended up going there, having to clean up. Hell, I went there and I ain't even all of that right now, but I did what I had to do to go down there before I can even start cooking or whatever, and cleaned up and everything, and just like, okay then. So just like several different things kept happening. Then every time you go down there, um, It's just a lot. Just know that. So fast forward, I feel like all of the stuff that I done talked to him about and everything, like I ain't got no response. Like I just feel like he be saying to me, them your damn problems, not mine. You know what I'm saying? And I'm fine with that. Fine and dandy. If that's the response that I get from somebody, them your damn problem. All right, then I can deal with that. But now, what happens when the shoe is put on the other foot and you start going through all of the issues that you going through? See, and the only thing was is he was just did the wave of the hand go away. Shauna don't operate like that. Um, and when I'm talking about myself in the third person, I always call myself Shauna. I call everybody call me Shauna. They don't never call me Tashana. But anyway, Shauna ain't gonna operate like that. Cause see, Shauna is just gonna tell you how she feel about the situation. So a couple of problems and stuff came up for him, and see that the wave of the hand to get away is like, you know, they ain't stung you, don't know nothing. Yeah, well, when some issues for him came up, I just said, I don't give a damn because that's the way I felt about it. I'm not going to be driving up and down the road. No 2 and 3 hours to come and check on you. No, none of that. I don't have anything to give you. I will pray for you, but I don't give a damn. I really don't. I just don't. And I'm not, it's not like I'm doing it to like pay somebody back or no nothing. It is really the way that I feel. Do you know that anybody you keep pouring into them and they pour nothing back into you? Pretty soon, you're going to end up with insufficient funds for that person. Every relationship in your life is like a bank account. You need to put some in and you can take some out. But it got to be a give and a take. A give and a take. Because if all you keep doing is taking from the bank account, you're going to have zero left in there. So, my daddy thinking money was going to do something. If you giving your child only money and you ain't putting nothing else into them, you ain't finna get shit. You ain't finna get nothing. And so now everybody's looking at me. Oh, you should do you sh- why this and why that? It's like, um no, they don't ask why. They just automatically assume because you're his oldest daughter, you should be. And the only thing I got for him is the truth. Well, you want me to have that for him, but he didn't give that. He didn't pour that inside of me. And so I'm having a hard time giving it back to him. And see, the same thing is, um, my right now, my husband's looking for something that I don't have to give to him because I'm depleted. He's taking everything already. So there's nothing for me really to give back. And a part of me felt in the beginning felt guilty or felt mean about moving the way that I move. But I'm moving out of the truth of the way that I feel. I don't feel anything for you. Nothing. So it's like we knocked all the way back down to ground zero. It's like I never met you before. And so it's like if you want something from me, and then like, I still be in the place of like, I'm willing to do something different with my dad. But when you get messages on your answering machine like, girl, you need to answer this phone. I've been trying to call you and see what's going on with the garden or whatever. And as soon as you say some shit like that, you already lost me. I don't want to hear you calling me talking about no damn garden. No, none of that. If you want to see the garden, go look on YouTube and see how the garden is. I am here. I am a person. I am a human. I am your daughter. I don't want to hear you talking about nothing else that you interested in. Nothing. I don't want to hear that. And nobody has to like it. But I mean what I say. I mean it. I don't have anything to give to you. Even when I was 13 years old and my daddy found out that I was pregnant, I said 13, but I was 14. Um, he didn't say anything. They didn't even ask me a question. And for sure, him and my mom knew that I had been touched on or violated prior to then. They were so invested into themselves and the way that they feel. My daddy just punched the table and he got up from the table and he walked away from the table. Didn't ask me no questions. I don't think I seen my daddy until I was in labor. But yeah, nobody asked me anything because, they all thought the worst. They all thought the worst of me. And, sooner or later, those that story is gonna come because I keep touching on it left and right. That person that actually took it to the next level of the violations. Um, it's coming real soon. It's like on the tip of my tongue. Um, but yeah, it's just so much stuff. But I don't have it to really give to him and everybody be like, oh, that's your mom or that's your dad. Obviously the people that say those kinds of things, they had a pretty good relationship with their mom and their dad. But when you got a mom and a dad that you don't have no good memories with, it's like you went through hell and high water. They ain't talking about your mama. They talking about the mama they had. And I guess when you grow up with great parents or parents that you feel did right by you, it's hard for you to imagine somebody else having that kind of mom, especially you got a mama that when you get behind closed doors, she beat the hell out of you. She talked to you any kind of way, hit you in the back with brooms and all that kind of stuff. And then when you get out in public in front of people, they know how to turn that off. Um, and you're like they like the best mom ever in the world, so they never show the people on the outside that you that type of person. And so then when I had my kids, I always stood on everything. If I'm gonna knock you upside the head inside the house, I'm gonna knock you upside the head when we get out in public. I ain't gonna never. I'm not gonna switch it up on you. No, none of that. Not that not that I was like that, but I'm saying that's what I grew up in. Is those kinds of circumstances. You get all kinds of stuff, but then when they get you in front of other places, then they show the other people different stuff. So, mm-mm, I stood on I stood on what it is that I do. I hate the fakeness of that, trying to pretend like which then again too tells you that they know that they're doing something wrong because you switching it up so differently when we get out here in front of these people. But anyways, and even though I tell those stories and everything, I still will say to you, I love my mama and I love my daddy. The truth is the truth. You cannot switch it up. And sometimes some people think that they crazy because they feel that way because people out here telling them, "Oh, but that's your mama." That's it. Still don't change that. That's a fact. And then that whole saying that they have, "What go on in this house stays in this house." You want the shit to stay in the house because you know what you did was. Lord have mercy. You know the things that you did was jacked up. Is why you telling them you want it to stay on the inside. I hate that saying. What goes on in this house stays in this house. And though I still believe that some things, that go on in your house, it probably shouldn't be going on. But then again, I look at it and it's like, hell, if you know it's something you don't want nobody to know, then probably you shouldn't be doing it. That's just the way I think about it. I don't know. I ain't mean to talk y'all head off because here it is. I done been on here almost 2 hours or whatever. But I hope whatever I had to say, I hope it helps somebody out and that I made some kind of sense as to what I'm saying, you know. And nothing that I'm saying on here to y'all, um, trust me, the people in my life, they know I'm here on YouTube. And I didn't tell y'all before I told them. They know exactly how I feel about this situation or whatever. Um, so it is what it is. And I always tell them, if you don't like what it is, I say make your own page and you can tell you can say how you feel about it, whatever. I don't give a damn. But I'm going to be free and I'm gonna live my life. I waited a long time to be free. So right now it's just like I don't want to be, it's like I'm willing to be unalive for this. I don't want to be unalive. I want to live, but I'm gonna stand on everything that I said. And so far, me standing on business or whatever you want to call it, I have never felt more free in my life than I do right now. And it's been a lonely road and I don't like being lonely, but I also have to know that I've been surrounded by people that was more interested in what they can get from me instead of it being a give and a take. So now I'm just at a place where I don't have anything really to give to anybody. Um, and I don't have anything for them to take, or I'm refusing to let them take anything from me. So, um, right now, the only place that I'm in is if you put a plate of shit on the table in front of me, I'm gonna, on that movie, A Diary of a Mad Black Woman, where she pushed that plate back across that table and told Mr. Man to eat that salad that's on the plate, and his hands and stuff didn't work. I'm gonna fly that plate right on back across that thing, and I'm hoping it gonna splat you right in the face when I push it back over there. Mm-mm. I don't have it to give anymore. So, and if you have people in your life like that, yeah, you want to be the nice person. I can be the nicest person ever. I can smile all day. I love smiling. I love talking to people, whatever. But I ain't willing to give you a smile while I'm crying and dying on the inside. I just ain't willing to do that no more. That was the old Shauna. Not anymore. So, yes, emotionally bankrupt. Yeah. So, right now I'm in a I hate to call it like a selfish phase, but that's exactly, what it is. It's kind of like a selfish phase. But how can you, it's like being homeless and you don't have anything to get, you scavenging for your own stuff. Only thing is I'm not scavenging. Um, I'm good in that area, but I'm just saying it's like I got enough for me. I don't have enough to share. If you get my drift, those who know, you know. So hopefully, whatever I see it, um, you know, it help get somebody to their next stage or the next place in their process. And it doesn't mean that all of those people have to be gone somewhere because in this situation, um, I'm not, I've said it from the beginning. I've been married for 20 plus years. And who's married for that long and you want to be divorced? I know that's not where I am. I don't want a divorce from my husband. What I wanted to do is, um, what I am willing to do is let everything fall apart and burn down to the ground, and then you got to like, build it up again. You have to rebuild it, and I feel like it's doable, but only this time, um, everybody got to pull their own weight. It's like it can't be one person doing it. And when I say one person doing the whole thing, it's like he's always been the one, the provider. He can go out and get it. But providing is not the only thing. And I feel like he didn't have to do anything else. As long as I'm providing the money, you do everything else. And that's what I did. I did everything else. And I don't regret it, for the most part. I was able to be home with my kids, see about them in the right ways and everything. But then what happens when, um, you get an injury and then your wife have to kick in and do the same thing that you did? Will she get the same treatment? Will you get the same thing? If if your husband is the breadwinner and you take care of everything. He doesn't have to come home. He ain't got to clean up nothing. All he got to do is come home, take his shower, pop him a beer, and sit down and chill. You taking care of the kids. You got them all squared away. You cooking dinner. You make sure the kids bathe. All of that good stuff. What happens if, okay, let's just say, even if your husband just loses his job, is he going to do the same things that you did if you have to go out and work? And I'm talking about everything, which means when you come home from work, you're not going to have to do any of those things because that's what you did to him. No, that's not what happened for me. When I went and got a job and I took up the slack of everything, in the way that I did, when I came home, I still had. So it was like I was working two or three jobs. I not only get up and go to work at the same hours the kids go to work, come home when the kids come home, go to all the kids' functions and everything, come home, cook dinner, make sure the kids get bathed, bathe myself, still clean up, wash laundry and everything, and then get up and do it the same thing over and over again. And he still don't got shit to do. But then tell me I don't do shit. Yeah, you gonna get burned out really, really quick. So, um, balance, people, balance. And I can only say that from experience. There needs to be balance. Nobody should go into a marriage thinking, oh, I don't do no dishes, I don't wash no clothes, I don't do this and I don't do that. Well then hell, if you ain't have no wife or no nothing, then how it will get done, before then. So it's like everybody can do a little bit of something. You have to make it make sense because being home with kids, and I raised 14 children. So nobody can tell me. I had a daycare all day, every day. um, just know their balance have to be there. And I wasn't raised with um being able to voice my opinion, being able to advocate for myself. You sit down, you shut up. Girls are supposed to be seen, not heard. I don't know how many times I was told that in life. And if I tried to cry about anything, I was stupid. What you crying for? Keep on crying. I'll give you something to cry about. That kind of stuff. So then, after going through that, and then, you know, not in the same way, but if like I would show emotions to like even my husband or whatever, he would be like, man, and here you go with that damn crying shit and everything. Then, so it make you feel some type of way. Um, and that's why I said to you all the other night, he offered me a hug the other night when I was going through something. No, not the other night. There's a video on here called The Dream. Um, I was going through something in that video, and he offered me a hug, and I absolutely didn't want it because um, I don't want you to comfort me in this time because I'm crying about something that you did the same thing to me in this time right here. So you get away from me too. So, yeah. Okay. I think I done talk. I think I done talk out of y'all enough. What y'all think? Y'all done fell asleep on me just sitting here listening. No, but really, I hope that I'm encouraging somebody to do something different. Because you're going to get burnt out after a while trying to do it all. Um, what I call what I was doing was Superwoman. And one of the things, the reasons I did that, because I didn't have I didn't have an example of what a what a marriage looks like. I had a single mom. That's what I grew up with, and I grew up in a house with a house full of women. Um, I grew up in a household, and one of the women that had my ear a lot was trying to teach me how to be a whore. Telling me how much a man's supposed to pay you to lay with you. Um, just teaching me a lot of bad things, which was my mom's sisters. Um, but I didn't have no good examples, and I never thought that I would be married anyways because I grew up around all of these women that you know no man was around or no none of that. So what I grew up knowing was how to be a single mom. So even though my life didn't turn out that way, I did grow up and get married and everything. I still, even though I'm a wife, I knew how to be a single mom. And that's exactly how I moved. I moved as a single parent. Um, and that's just the God's honest truth. I moved as a single parent. And I can't necessarily say that all of it was my husband's fault because I'm telling you, everywhere I went, I made it my business to take my kids with me. I didn't know how to move no other way. I've been raising kids ever since I was 11 years old. Everybody been pushing their kids off on me. Oh, Shauna, get them, Shauna, get them, Shauna, get them. So everywhere I went, I just learned to take kids. My mama kept having kids with a married man, and they automatically became my kids until she finally passed away, and they actually did become my kids. Yeah, the stories be storying. And I'm telling you, anybody who wants to know any of these stories that I talked about, go back into my videos or my shorts back a year. Go to my popular videos and you'll see some of the horrific stories that I have. I think I done made it up to probably between the age of 9 and 11 or maybe 12 on those videos. And no, they just come up sporadically um, whenever they come to mind. But, you know, it is what it is. People tell me that all the time that I have a soothing voice. And when I actually play the videos back, I be like, oh God, I can't listen. I can't listen to myself talk because I don't hear it that way. But thank you very much. I'm only talking. I know I know I'm telling the truth. I don't know about them being facts, but I'm based on the life that I live. They all facts. Is all things that really happened to me. And if I can talk to somebody else and tell them how not to make the same mistake and to do something else different, that's absolutely what I'm here for. Is he getting everything done to standard? Um, you talking about my husband? I don't know because if that's what you're talking about, Callie, because when I tell you I haven't been inside of the house, I think the last time I went inside the house was during the hurricane, and I was only there because, and I'm thankful that I was inside of the house during the hurricanes. Was that back in October? I think it was, or probably right before October. I don't go inside of the house, um, because I also know that if I go over there and I see, because I know there's nobody gonna clean up like me. I like to use bleach on everything on thing. I like to spray everything down. I like stuff cleaned a certain kind of way or whatever. And I know it's not done the way and I'm not. I can be critical about that, but I don't have time for it right now, and I don't have an expectation um put on my kids to make everything be perfect because that's what was done to me, and I know that's not a kid's job. So I say I let the kids do it, and then I go behind them and do things. So right now he's over there. It's just him, and we only have three small kids now. We don't well, not small kids. That's underage. So I don't expect them to do everything. But one thing my kids do know is like, who mom is definitely different in the house without you. And to know that they can see the appreciation and they know um, what it is. And also, too, I don't see this as being a bad thing, too, because maybe in certain ways I'm hindering my kids, too, because right now, not that I wasn't teaching them to do their laundry, because they knew how to do laundry and stuff like that. But since I'm not in the house, now they have the responsibility of um, doing their own laundry. Um, the oldest daughter cooks for them whenever she wants to. She's not demanded to cook for them. I just make sure they always have like foods and stuff that they can eat or whatever. But she cooks on the nights that she want to cook on, and he cooks for himself. So, it's kind of like that. But they got more more chores and stuff that they have to do. So, I guess all at the same time they learning to have an appreciation for what it is that I do or whatever. But yeah, is it up to my standards? Callie, I don't know. I don't know. And I don't even want to wrap my mind around it because guess what? Right now, it ain't none of my business. None of my business at this point. Not right now, it ain't. Now, let's just say if I move back in, there'll be a whole lot of whipping up into shape. And then there was some projects that I had started right before I left. Because remember, I was telling y'all I had a whole bunch of stuff that I was trying to do. I was starting the garden over in the back. I had started painting the inside of the house, and I had brought stuff to do the floors over inside of the house. Honey, they in a it's like a construction zone because we had started taking out the floor. I had already painted. We painted the rooms and the bathroom. I hadn't got to paint the living room, and then we had started taking out the floors. Started taking out the floors in there, and was finna redo the floors over again. So when I left, all of that stuff came to a pause. So yeah, but again, even just going down the list and thinking all of that, and it's like, oh God, you just left it like that. See, but I don't want to get wrapped up into that. But I have to go back. I have to go back and say, remember, you don't do shit though. So it's like a do I know that I'm missed? I absolutely do. I know that I am. And I have thoughts of all the time. What would you be doing if you was over there? You know, I don't know. But then this morning just to be able to just lay in the bed and know, girl, you ain't gotta get up in the morning and get no kids dressed for school and no none of that. I used to do all of that. Get up with my kids 5:30 in the morning, getting them dressed for school and all of that stuff. Be talking to them, all that kind of stuff in the morning time. Mm-mm. Yep. Now that's all that is. See, we had pulled up. When I say the construction zone, I had pulled the towels up in the bathroom because we was gonna. Holy crap! All right, now don't act up, wood. Um, the construction zone is we pulled the towels up in the bathroom and in the hallway. Oh, and in our room. So we was gonna go on and knock 3 floors out at one time because we always DIY. We always do it ourselves or whatever. Um, and all hell broke loose, and everything was just left in, yeah. So you know, it'll be okay. It'll be all right. It'll get done when it's in its own timing, the perfect timing. It will get done. You know, I don't know when that's gonna be, but right now, I can't. That can't be my focus. Can't be my focus. He said it though. And even when I left and I came back the first time, he came over here and he talked to me. He's like, I just can't believe you did it. I say, did what? I can't believe you left. Cause see, before I had gotten up and I left and I'll like stay gone for like a day. Or sometimes I would just go and sleep in the car or something just to like get away and like get my mind back level again. But to go and be gone for a month or more without my kids, leave the kids here with him, you wouldn't even imagine how out of character that is for me. Listen, I won't even go to one of my friends' party if it ain't no kids allowed. Shauna won't be there. I just always been that kind of person. I told you one time I was complaining about, oh, he never does this with the kids or he never does that with a friend. And one of my friends' husbands say, well, how the hell he supposed to? And every time Um, every time you go somewhere, you always hollering about if the kids can't go. He said, I imagine you doing the same thing. And then that stopped me to pause. But that's how I've moved my whole life. I always say, if you got an appointment, you got to figure out how to take the kids with you. And so I've learned how to just work out of that situation. Learn how to work with your kids together. Hell, I don't make one appointment. If one kid going to the doctor, I make seven doctor's appointments at one time. You make it do what it make it do what it do. Ain't no time for no complaining, no none of that stuff. And so, you know, I did that until I burnt my own self out. Burnt my own self out. And then on top of that, in the beginning, I was OCD real bad. Like I was on the way to doing to my kids what my mama them had done to us because hell my mama had white carpet and dared us to get it dirty. Hey, people are strange. That's the truth. you know, um, then I started like demanding perfection or whatever. Everything gotta be spotless. This no dishes can't be in the sink. All of that kind of stuff right there. And I know what it did to me. It made me feel like, one day my brother was talking about how you remember we lived in that house with this, and this, and this. And I remember after hearing him say that so many times, one day he started telling me about, do I remember that house? And I just started screaming at him. And I was like, you keep talking about that? Oh, I said a whole bunch of cuss words. You keep talking about that house. I was like, I don't know why you keep on saying that. I was like, that was the stupidest house we ever lived in our life. What part of that house did you enjoy living? What you enjoy? But see, he doesn't have the same story that I had. Because my mama didn't have the demands for him that she had for me. And then when I started to tell him, he started to look back at the stories and realize my brother shot me in the leg and my mama cussed me out because my brother shot me in the leg and didn't even ask me. Went to the hospital and everything. Didn't ask me about my leg, no nothing. Straight cussed me out after he shot me in my leg. So wrap your head around that. Wrap your head around that. That story is here on YouTube too. Yeah, shot me in my leg. And my mama, my retaliation for my brother shooting me in my leg, and he was joking with his friend, saying telling his friend he gonna shoot me in the leg. He told his friend he gonna shoot me in my leg. He shot. The bullet is still in my leg right now today, cause they couldn't get it out. What I did was went and got his clothes, and he had just bought a bunch of brand new stuff. And I put it in a garbage bag and I poured old cooking grease all over his clothes. My mama cussed me out, but had no concern that this Negro just shot me in my leg. hmm Yeah, but and for a long time, like a lot of stuff that was traumatizing to me, my brother and them was getting laughs and stuff off of it until I started cussing them out and stuff. It's a lot of stuff that I went through, and nobody ain't see it until it bothered me in my soul. I couldn't hide, I couldn't pretend like what happened to me was not crazy. The stories of my mama taking my, if he was 2 weeks old, she stood up because she thought one thing had happened that didn't happen. And she took my 2 week old baby by one arm and threw him to another chair across from her. And then got up and grabbed me and put my head through a wall because she thought I slapped my sister. And yeah, the smile that you see on my face, because the tears want to come behind it. But nah, that story is also here. I'm telling you, I got some crazy stuff that I lived through. Um, some crazy stuff. Yep, I can go on and on and on, just telling y'all all of the stories. Yep, and then the craziest thing is me growing up in those situations and feeling like I gotta be perfect with everything. I don't never allow myself to make a mistake that I don't beat myself up about. And nobody's perfect. Nobody at all. Imagine growing up in a situation like that. Ain't no way in the world you gonna be perfect. You gonna make 100 mistakes. But the one thing that I can hold on to and say is some of those mistakes that I made, I'll say, you didn't like the way it felt when it happened to you, so you don't do it to nobody else. And so, with that being said, you start to cut those things. You know, in those situations where they say chew the meat and spit out the fat, that's what you have to do. And no matter what kind of parent you had, they all teach you something. Um, if they teach you bad things, then you do the opposite of what they did. And if they did good things, you take those good things and you tweak them, and you know that the things that they did for you, the things that work for you, and sometimes things that you deem good that your parents did for you, you absolutely look at it and say, no, they gave me a little bit too much, and so I got away with such and such and such. You know, you tweak those things, but you still learn from them, point blank, period. So don't never think that you ain't learned something from them, because you learn what they say, you can learn a lot from a dummy. You absolutely can. So, and like you said, Kelly, you're here today for a reason. I do believe that I'm here for a reason. It's been plenty of times I feel like I didn't want to be here. Not to say that I wanted to take myself out, um, but it's just been some times that I just wish that I didn't wake up. I can definitely say I felt those kinds of days. Lord, just go ahead and take me. I'd rather be anywhere but here. But I'm still here. I'm still here. Absolutely, she cooks and roasts. You can learn a lot from a dummy. Yeah, life can be so overwhelming. But I do believe there's purpose in it all. I don't know why, and I don't understand it all, but I'm here. And I do know there is somebody that's here in this world, um, that has been through some of the things that I've been through, and they not as strong as I am. They not willing to wait on the Lord to take them out. They willing to go ahead and do it their own self. Um, and those the people that be waiting on us to say something so that they know they ain't out there on that limb by their own self. And I'm still here to talk about it. So, you know, I don't know who that is for tonight, but it is what it is. I don't know why I feel like I'm whispering to y'all. I really don't know why, but I feel like I'm whispering to y'all. I am sitting out here. You know, if it be my neighbors out here, they be talking loud as I don't know what. We out here in the country. It's so quiet out here tonight. I don't even. My neighbors' horses and stuff usually be making all kind of noise, but I guess they say it's too cold to be making all that noise at night. But anywho, y'all, this is the part where I always tell y'all, grow y'all some food. And as you grow in your garden, grow along with what you growing. My garden is a clear manifestation of how things are going in my life. When things pause out in my garden and they not moving, I know something's going wrong in my real life. And I have to take the time and stop and pause and make sure that I take care of me and the garden in the way so that we can both continue to grow. And it don't matter. You got to go out that you got to. You don't have to go out and buy no seeds and no none of that stuff. You go in the grocery store and you shop and stuff. There's plenty of stuff in the grocery store that you can buy and take home, and you can regrow it again. But I just love to encourage people, you know, to make sure you're growing something. Ain't nothing better than the food that you grow your own self. Um, and also, over here, we're called the high class gardeners, and that just means we don't mess around with no snakes, no bugs and worms, and we gonna add frogs to that list too. We don't mess with none of those things. Well, Miss Shauna, then how you grow stuff in your garden or whatever? Child, that's where the kids and my husband them come in from. Hey, y'all, it's a worm out here. You better come get them. You know, all that kind of stuff. And if I see a snake, honey, we just threw in the garden for that day. And we don't mess around with people who show up in those forms either. You know, you got people that show up in those forms, snakes, bugs, worms, probably a little frog. They want to get a little froggy or something like that. You know, we don't mess around with those kind of people over here as high class gardeners. So, you know, and y'all over here, this is I don't want to say it's a safe chat, but it is a safe chat. You're allowed to come over here and speak in this chat. You're allowed to ask your questions, but let's all be adults over here and respect each other. Um, and you can ask any question. Just, you know, there's a way to say everything, a way to ask every question or whatever, you know. And I don't mind answering those questions. And the questions that I don't want to answer, I know how to say, I don't want to answer that. You know, but we all humans and we all learning from each other. Each one teach one. Okay, y'all. I think I'll see y'all tomorrow. I don't know if it's gonna be in the afternoon, sometime tomorrow night or whatever. But I'll see y'all sometime tomorrow night. If it ain't nobody got no questions or nothing. I appreciate y'all for coming over here chilling with Miss Shauna. Cause y'all could have been anywhere else. But you decided to spend your time with me over here with Life with Tashana, where life can be like a box of chocolate. You never know what you're gonna get. But all right, y'all. Good night. Get your mama. See y'all later.